Today's episode is a double rant. Prom, and then April 24, 2022. Enjoy. Let's start with prom. I hate to say it, but prom is kind of stupid in my opinion, not that I think it shouldn't exist. Here are the reasons why I'm not going to prom, probably not ever. 1. It costs a boatload of money. Seriously, why? Second, I feel like you have to go with your date, like if you're a gentleman, then with your girlfriend, or if you're a lady, then with your boyfriend. What about people that don't want their gender expressed? 3. I have no one to go with because I lead most of my life independently. I just like to walk and drive by myself and help my family. 4. They make someone's parents drive them to the school and sign a permission slip for the buses. Bruh, I use Uber and take the train and bus a lot. I don't need this permission slip thingy. 5. And finally but definitely not the least, prom proposals remind me of those dating rumors, which reminds me of May 14, 2021, which was a seriously bad day for me. In the end, prom is just a thing to remind me of bad days, which is why I'm probably not going to go to prom, ever. If you like prom, I can handle your opinion. I don't know who likes or hates prom, so I'm leaving it be. Prom sucks, and so do dating rumors. March 19, 2022 is 23 trillion times better than prom. End of first rant. Let's move on to April 24, 2022. Oh boy. Here's one big reason parental authority sucks for that matter. I was driving on a parkway that eventually ends onto an interstate highway, won't tell you the names of the roads. At first, there are 3 traffic lights, and then after that, there is one more exit that you can take before you have to merge onto the highway, in either direction, north or south. For this day, I was driving to a meatball that is 2 cities down. I drove on this parkway and there was a run going on that had a lane dedicated to the runners and only them. There was usually a trail that people walk on and I thought they would go that way before we reached the bridges. But no, they closed the exit and dedicated it to the runners. And from there is nothing you can do but go on the highway. And not to mention there is a barrier to separate the 2 directions, so there is no turning around. But the worst part, my parents didn't want me driving on the highway. If I did it, it's not the police who I'd be in trouble with, it's my parents. So the only thing I could do is pull over and call them about this situation. When I called them, they said they were going to get there and do the driving from there. It was incredibly stupid. I was worried about this situation happening again. I'd have to go on the highway. But the only problem is that I would worry about them taking away my electronics for a reason that I can't avoid. Here is a diagram if anything that I said was hard to understand. Because of my desperate situation, another thing that happened was that a cop asked me if I was okay. I told him I was. I'm surprised he wasn't like, "Hey, do you have a license?" But if that was the case, I would have shown him. But if I had asked him if I can drive on the highway, he would have said, "Of course you can. Where else can you go from here?" Anyway, my dad drove my mom to where I pulled over, and that's when I finally got out of that part of the situation. However, I was throwing a humongous meltdown for the entire drive. I was in a huge argument with my mom, and she didn't want me driving on highways by myself. Yet, she does it by herself all the time. What a hypocrite. I know how to drive on highways. You merge with highway speed, check the mirrors and blind spot before changing lanes, keep extra distance when following other vehicles, and slow down once you're in your exit lane. I sometimes feel like I'm not trusted, when they should know that I never lie. Anyway, with all this said, one thing I should have known is, assuming no accidents happen, how would they even find out I'm driving on a highway? I could say I used a certain road when I actually used a highway. I'm a good driver, and I follow all the rules of driving. I even keep extra distance to keep everyone even safer. I even watched videos on how to overcome the fear of driving, and the only way to overcome the fear of doing something is to actually do it. It's like if you're scared of heights, climb a rock wall. If you're scared to go on the tallest roller coaster, go on it. If you're scared of going out on a freezing cold day, bundle up and go out. Anyway, eventually this problem got solved by my dad and I practiced driving on highways. I even changed lanes to allow cars to merge. I took an exit and then we did it again on the way back. Now that I got good practice, I can start using highways when there's no other choice. Like my situation earlier. But nevertheless, all I have to say is that April 24, 2022 sucks. And so does April 19, 2022. April 2, 2022 is 842.923 quadrillion times better than April 24 of the aforementioned year. End of rant.